Hey guys, it's Rudolph here, and today we hit 10,000 subscribers. I personally can't believe that this channel hit this milestone so soon. I thought it would happen in like the year 2080 because that's just how my channel was doing for such a long time. But it's thanks to you guys, the people who've simply clicked subscribe, or the more active members of this community I'm trying to build, that we finally did it. And as a token of gratitude, I have made a different kind of video, my top 10 favorite pregnant bellies online, and all these pics are on YouTube. They're all either found in compilations I've made, or they are found in the playlist that I have that leads to other people's videos. So without further ado, let's get started. So at number 10, I have a rather low-key pick, Amy, of course. I do have a compilation on her though, so some of you may have seen her already. She first of all starts off really petite at the beginning, and then grows to become basically all belly by the end. She has really great outfits, of course. I think the Kool-Aid Man is definitely the highlight of her wardrobe. And of course, one little cherry on top is her last video. You should definitely give it a watch. It just goes over how her pregnancy has really affected her, and I think the best moment is definitely when she says that she can't even stand properly because of it. At number 9, I have Chenoa. Now, she's had multiple pregnancies, and she's actually one of the few people that I have multiple compilations on this channel. I believe she shows it off possibly more than anyone else on this list. She has hours of content, shorts, feature-length videos, you name it. My personal favorites from her are definitely the ones where she's moving her belly or lifting it. She definitely does that, I think, better than anyone else on this list. So at number 8, I have Jade, and her video is probably the oldest on this list. I actually remember first seeing her when I was very young, first getting into YouTube. Ultimately, I think this entry comes down to nostalgia, but trust me, her twin belly is absolutely massive compared to the rest of her body, so she's definitely worth a watch on my compilation here. At number 7, I have Annie, and she's a twinner from a few years ago. I put her on this list almost solely because of her dancing TikToks. She absolutely kills it up until the very end, and it is very rare to see someone that late in the pregnancy be that energetic, so I definitely think she's worth the watch. At number 6, I have Caitlyn, and she is one of the few twin pregnancies that I know of that has made it to full term, 40 weeks, which is certainly why she's put on this list. But also, she has one of the best moments, I think, on YouTube, where she laughs at herself while looking in the mirror. Absolutely great, and definitely a must-watch here on my channel. At number 5, we have Eliana. Now, she's probably the most recent pick on this list. She has possibly the largest single baby pregnancy that I have seen. In fact, it got so big that there were mainstream news stations that made reports on her. She already looked pretty amazing prior to becoming pregnant, but definitely stayed that way during both of her pregnancies. In fact, I would say her best moment is when she's trying on outfits and she gives up almost instantly upon realizing, I'm just too big to keep doing this. So I definitely think she's worth a watch for sure. At number 4, I got Krista, who also went by Mom, the Chaos Coordinator. She's definitely one of the best twinners that I have seen from couple years ago, I would say. I do remember following her when I was young. She's actually one of the few people that I don't think I have a compilation on. You would probably have to go to the playlist I mentioned earlier to go and find her. And if you do, just definitely stay for the speed cleanings. They're absolutely worth the watch. So we're entering the top 3, and I'm going to kick it off with Lauren Luyandik, probably the most famous person on this list, which is why I don't mind saying her last name. She's married to a race car driver, and I believe she won The Bachelor, so in order to get on that show, I'm pretty sure you have to be, like, really good looking, like a model, so you already know that she's gonna really rock pregnancy, and she most certainly does. Her bump looks amazing throughout all of her videos, and she doesn't hide it either. She wears tight dresses and swimsuits, and she actually is currently pregnant right now, so I definitely think there's a video on the horizon with her. At number 2, I have Daisy, and she's actually the second most popular video on my channel, so it's kind of funny that she's number 2 on my list as well. And on top of already being beautiful, she shows off her belly constantly. Like, I'm talking multi-hour live streams, like dozens of TikToks. I'm genuinely surprised that I was able to get her down to like a 20-minute highlight video. She gets actually so massive that she has to use her belly as a table, or she can't stand properly. She's definitely one of the best of all time, and she remains referenced that way by the community as a whole. At number 1, I have Rachel, and despite having one baby, her content is probably the best I've seen online, definitely than most people that are bigger than her or more famous than her. She has it all. She has a beautiful body, great face, great smile. She has a really cute southern accent, and her pregnancy basically goes all to her belly, and even though she does show off her bare belly, I definitely think she is most famous for her dresses, her iconic pink ones, the yellow one. I definitely think that she deserves the top spot on this list, and I hope you all agree with that as well. So of course I have 5 honorable mentions that I feel like at least needed to either be shouted out or just barely missed the list. I have the twinner from Fox News, and I personally think there is nothing better than a huge pregnant belly, a tight dress on TV, and I also wanted to shout out the Chipmunk as well, an OG YouTuber that you can definitely find this video on. The Phil Dutch twins are next, another simply great twin pregnancy, no stretch marks, perfect skin tone, definitely worth a watch on her channel. Next I have Natalie, and I feel like if I didn't include her on this list, you would all take me and cast me into the sea. I honestly think she is one of the better pregnancies online. I just don't know if I would put her in my top list, but ultimately it's her massive following that puts her in the honorable mentions, and she also is currently pregnant, so there might be some new videos in the future. Of course I have Kara Chatwin on here. She's probably the most iconic triplet pregnancy. It makes you wonder, just based on how skinny she is, how the hell is she doing it? Her belly is so big, so round, and she's this tiny little person, so she definitely makes the list solely because of how iconic she is and just how amazing her belly looks. And then of course, last but not least, I have Kat, and you're probably thinking, who the hell is that? Well, Kat's actually the person that I used to make the Rudolph MCM logo, so she gets a little mention just because of that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this list, and once again I wanted to thank you for 10,000 subscribers. It's something I, once again, never thought that I would reach, and I'm very appreciative of everyone who's given me views, subscribers, and I just hope that it keeps going on and on and on until we get that Ruby play button or whatever Mr. Beast has. But in all seriousness, thank you, and let's hope for another 10,000 more.